Hello and welcome back. My name is Micaela. We're going to continue on in our alignment series and we're going to move right into Warrior 2. In the first video, we touched a little bit on Warrior 1. So in this video, we're moving right along to Virabhadrasana 2. Before we move into exploring Warrior 2, I'd like to gently remind you that alignment is not dogmatic in that your alignment might look different than mine, than your friends, than everyone else's. So please explore Warrior 2 with compassion. There needs to be no judgment against your body or your alignment. With that being said, listen to your body, maybe checking in occasionally to notice how you feel, and always make adjustments accordingly because everything I'm offering is a suggestion, is a baseline for you to move forward from and find the alignment that best serves you and your body. Take your time, find your way to your mat when you're ready. Again, you can bring your hands to your hips if that serves you before stepping the left foot back. So just like Warrior 1, we're going to keep those right toes forward, but instead we're going to let both hips externally rotate. So we're going to turn to face almost the top left corner of your room or mat, maybe even a little bit closer towards the side of the mat. But we're going to pause there. So we'll go ahead and start and talk about the most common misconception for Warrior 2, which is the hips are parallel to the long edge of the mat. Now, if you'll take a moment and notice, my toes are not parallel with the back edge of the mat. Yes, they're pointed forward just slightly. And so I'll take a second and go ahead and turn my foot completely parallel towards the back of the mat and then pull my hips to face the long edge. This feels very tight in the front knee. It also feels very tight in the low back as well as this left knee. If you've come with me into this alignment, take a moment, go ahead and straighten through the right knee a little bit so you've got space. We're then going to kick that left heel back once again. Let the left toes turn forward almost towards the top left corner of your mat. I already feel relief in my right knee. You might take a moment and check in with your body. What do you feel? And then you might look down. We want a stack of the right knee over the right ankle, right toes facing forward. So we've got the right hip in external rotation. From here, you might then reach the arms forward and back and just start to notice how this feels. Maybe you look down. Notice if the feet are on the same track, just like with Warrior 1. If so, take a moment to take stock of how the legs feel, the low back, and then step the left foot out a little bit towards the left so the feet are no longer on the same line. Keeping that same hip alignment, so we've got right knee forward. That left hip is pulling forward, right, as the left heel kicks back. From here, you might then reach forward and back once again. So rather than pulling the shoulders towards the side of the mat, the hips aren't facing that way. We want to stack the shoulders over the hips. So you might be at an angle rather than completely parallel towards the side of your mat. When you're ready, go ahead and straighten that right knee. And we're going to take that same test that we did with Warrior 1. So keep the right foot facing the direction that it is. Drag the left foot forward in the same shape as it was, and look down at the feet. Noticing that we've got the feet, both toes are turned open, so we have both feet in external rotation. Turning back towards the top of your mat, if you'd like to shake it out, you may. And then we're going to take it to the other side just so we're even. So again, if you like hands to hips, you can find your way there. And then stepping the right leg back, peel the heel to the earth and let those toes pivot open as the hips start to open, this time towards the top right corner of your mat. You might look down. If the feet are on the same track, go ahead and step the right foot out just a little bit towards the right. Left toes forward, kick that right heel back slightly, letting the right hip pull forward. And then now you're facing the top right corner of your mat. Reaching the arms forward and back. So just like in Warrior 1, we want that same kind of activation through the legs where you're pressing firmly into that back foot, also into the front foot while the inner thighs kind of squeeze together for a nice stable base. You might then activate the core. When you're ready, just like we did, we're going to step that back foot forward, keep the feet in the same shape that they are in, and look down. Both toes are open. They might even be a little bit different than the other side. That's okay. So you can shake it out if you'd like, come back to neutral. So essentially we want to come back to the purpose of the posture, right? We always want to have the ease within the challenge, within the discomfort, the tension. And it's important to start to notice what it feels like to hold both. Because ultimately that's what a yoga practice is learning to find balance and postures, learning to notice what's happening in your body, notice what arises because of it, and choose your path forward, because ultimately that's where your power lies. Thank you again for joining me in this video. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, as we will be continuing the series, moving right along into our next asana or posture. Again, my name is Micaela, and I hope to see you again in the next video.